Talk about being a Beachbody coach and creating urgency in your life. All right, guys, Dave Ward back from the fantastic SS Beachbody adventure, where Beachbody chartered an entire cruise ship, the Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas, for us, and Tony was there, and Carl, and Sean, and Autumn. It was just an awesome trip, and I'm back now, continuing my series on being a Beachbody coach and answering your questions. So keep the questions coming in. Send me an email at info@thefitclubnetwork.com or post a comment wherever you're watching this video if you have questions about being a Beachbody coach. Today's topic is about urgency, and it's really a result of conversations that I had with a lot of people on the SS Beachbody who were asking me, I just can't seem to get going. I procrastinate. I don't have the same level of urgency that you do when it comes to getting things done. For example, a lot of people wait until the end of the month to make Success Club. I do it in the first week of the month. Why? Because I have urgency on it. It's important now, okay? Today is the last day of March, and I'm already positioning myself for Success Club in April because it is urgent, okay? I have learned how to create urgency in my life to get things done now, okay? So that's what I want to talk to you about today. The first thing I want to clear up is a little bit of a misconception. As I talk to a lot of people, I realize that maybe I haven't been doing a very good job of telling my story, and people are under the perception that the urgency in my life started the day that I got fired from my law firm, which was in March of 2010, okay? And they sort of think, well, that's when it really came urgent for you. No, not really. If you've seen the other videos that I've done, maybe you've seen the one that's called Can I Make Money as a Beachbody Coach, where I lay out my weekly paychecks. The first one's in August of 2008. That's when I developed the urgency in my life, okay? Now, that was a very good thing because in 2010, when I got let go from my law firm, I already had, a year and a half almost of really solid work, and I was making an income that meant that I wasn't going to lose my house, and lights were going to stay on, and my car wasn't going to get repossessed and all that type of stuff. But the urgency happened up here, okay? So that's what I want to talk about. Here's how it happened originally, okay? I went to a seminar. The name of the seminar is the PSI Seminars, PSI, Basic Seminars. That's psiinstitute.com, I think is what it is. Or maybe it's psiseminars.com. That's what it is, psiseminars.com. Highly recommend the seminar. Changed my life. Might just be the thing that changes your life. What happened there for me was, for the first time in my entire life, I had hit the pause button. I'd never done any form of personal development before. And I just hit the pause button on my life, and I looked 20 years into the future. And I wasn't particularly happy with what I saw. I saw that, I could be successful practicing law. There were a lot of people who had great lives. They had great families, and they had time, and they were making good money, but they were working so hard. And a lot of them had worked so hard for over that 20-year period that they missed out on a lot of important times with their families when their kids were little, okay? And I didn't want that. And I thought, how do I start living my life today? Not in 20 years from now, but right now. How do I make sure that when my daughter's 13 and my son is 10, which is what they are now, that I'm there for them every day? That I take them to school in the morning and I pick them up at the end of the day. How do I do that now? And what I realized was that it's really true that if you keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, that is the definition of insanity, okay? I knew that. I knew I had to do something differently. And I was able to create that urgency by creating a vision for my life. That's what it was about. 2010 created another level of urgency because now I needed to make this Beachbody thing that was, kind of doing okay, do really, really good. Okay? But the urgency for me to do well had already been created. Okay? So that's a little bit about my story. Let me talk to you about how to create urgency now. This is me, okay? I can't, dive in. I'm talking to a video camera here, right? I can't dive into your skull and go, okay, here's your personality type, here's who you are, here's the things that motivate you, here's what's gonna unmotivate you. Okay, now I can do that if we're working one-on-one, and if you're looking for a mentor, I'm willing to mentor people, so make sure you get a hold of me. As I get to know people better, believe me, I will find the thing that helps you connect with urgency and get motivated. But I know about me real well. One of the things I know is that in order to create some urgency, I need to get a little mad about things. I get a little fired up. You may tell, I'm a little bit fired up today, right? It's the end of March and I'm getting ready for April, so I'm fired up today. I get my whiteboard out, I write down all my prospects. I'm checking in with the people from March and the people from February and the people I sponsored in January to make sure that everybody's doing good. Okay, why? Because I just get a little bit fired up about it. That's how I function. Okay, now some people getting angry makes them unmotivated, all right? And that doesn't work for them. The important point is I've been able to find what my trigger is. I've been able to find the thing that for me gets me fired up and gets me into motion, not later today, okay? At 5 in the morning this morning, okay? That's when it starts for me. I come down to my office, I sit down in my chair, I don't mope about it's Monday, I don't complain about this, I don't look at what other people are doing, I get to work. Now, that's what you've got to find to create some urgency in your life. It's got to be important now, okay? Some people are just looking way too far in the future. That's great. Have a vision. Make it important. But the work has to happen now. It's got to happen today, and you need to learn how to create that urgency. The way to do it is through personal development, whether it's Sai seminars or another seminar. I've done Tony Robbins stuff. I've done a lot of different stuff. I read a lot of books. I'm constantly working on myself and my mind in order to be able to create this urgency so that when I get going, I get it done. And then I can go have fun. My day ends at 2:55 because that's when my kids get out of school. So that's a long enough video for you today. Please, please, please keep the videos, or the questions rather, coming. Post a comment below. Shoot me a message at info@thefitclubnetwork.com. Once again, if you are looking to become a Beachbody coach, sorry, I'll try that again. If you're looking to become a Beachbody coach and you're looking for somebody to mentor you in this business, please get a hold of me. I'm constantly taking on new people and working with them to help them build their dreams in their lives. All right, guys, have a great one.